people think that the main issue with the refugees is in Europe. But let's take a look at the numbers. There are camps with over 4 million people in countries adjacent to Syria, like Iraq, Lebanon, and Turkey. Most Europeans think that they are the only ones endangered by terrorism, even though in Iraq and Turkey, more than 300 people have been killed in ISIS terrorist attacks alone. The true war against Daesh that is fought with tanks and artillery is fought in Iraq, where a big part of territories around Kirkuk was regained at the cost of many victims from the Kurdish Peshmerga fighters. In December 2016, the Party of European Socialists and the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, with partner organizations from the Middle East and North Africa, met at Sulaymaniyah, Iraqi Kurdistan. The aim of this initiative was to discuss on the spot the challenges of fighting terrorism and overcoming the refugee crisis, as well as invoking support and solidarity from Europe.
Our socialist movement, from the very start of our existence, is internationalist. We care what is happening around the world, not only in our home country, because we are a movement not of reflection. We are a movement of action. And first of all, of course, from the point of view of fighting Daesh, this plague, it is important, vitally important, to crush them militarily. And I believe that this will happen. And I would like to pay tribute to the Peshmerga fighters who withstood in 2014, when it looked that nothing can stop ISIS, their pressure, and they stopped them, didn't let them expand further north. And this was extremely important. And now they, as well as the Iraqi security forces and the militias, they need even more training. They receive it, more support from all kinds in order to accomplish the military operations and to destroy them from a military point of view. I think this is essential. But it was clearly stated and said and shared that this is far from enough.
بله استحالة حاضر مليونيك IDP لكردستان نزيكي 250,000 refugees نزيكي 7,000 آوارين يومان هي لموصلوا كهنديز للرقي هريمي كردستان وإدارة أدرين بلام للرقي UN وحكومة اتحادية وسابورت أكرين ويك هي 100,000 حفتاي لبشي هريمي كردستان 30,000 لبشي اما تصور مانواه تا 2 مليون کس آواره ببيت لموصلوا بيقومان 2 مليون جماريكي زوره يعني اكيد بيستيمان بهاوكاريني ودولتيه بيت.
In Camp Arbat, not far from Sulaymaniyah, there are 14,000 people that live in 2,500 tents. Amongst them are Arabs and Sunnis, as well as Shiites and minority groups such as Yazidis and Shabak. All of them abandoned their houses and possessions under the threat of ISIS. There are also plans for a new expansion of the camp due to the expected flow of more refugees.
You know, there's a huge number of refugees or IDPs in Iraq and in KRG definitely, in the cities of Kirkuk, Sulaymaniyah, Duhok and Erbil. They are Iraqis. That's why we call them IDPs. We don't call them refugees because they haven't refuged from another city. Being refugees myself and fleeing from the former dictatorship regime of Saddam, we know they're suffering. So we are helping them as much as we can, supporting them, giving them peace and places, but this is not enough. The most important thing is that we help to liberate their areas and helping them to go back to their places as soon as they can.
They would like to know that we are on their side, that we understand the huge challenges that they have in this region, especially in Kurdistan. We're in Kurdistan, and they want our help. They want our help in making the arguments for more funding, but also more moral support in rebuilding their society once they have beaten ISIS, once they've defeated terrorism. Once ISIS have been defeated, we cannot leave a political vacuum because when there's a political vacuum, it is filled by terrorists. So we have to help them on their journey to filling the political vacuum.
The work of the UN and other non-government organizations in Iraqi Kurdistan is impressive. But the political and financial crisis in the region alongside military operations are making conflict resolution more difficult. Most experts are emphatic that the situation will worsen if the regional government of Kurdistan does not get palpable support from Europe in the next couple of months.
I'm very proud that PES is the first and the only by far political family in Europe which is here in the Kurdish regional government area. Now we are in Kirkuk after our meeting with the Peshmerga commanders and the soldiers, and it is impressive. The fight which they are fighting against our common enemy ISIS or Daesh is impressive.
Well, I think that this conference that has been now done for the sixth time is important to really enforce certain things. One of them is the partnership between the Party of European Socialists and other European organizations like the Global Progressive Forum and the Progressive Alliance and the social democratic parties of the Arab world. The symbolic thing of coming to Sulaymaniyah is another thing that we're showing that it's not an Arab thing as such, but it's in the Arab world geographically more than an ethnicity or something like that. And on the other hand is showing solidarity to the party, the PUK, the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, in their fight against Daesh.
The Party of European Socialists is having a coherent, constant commitment for the region to all the progressive forces in the region. The fight of each party matters to us. We are ready to support you. We shall be active politically. Share your ideas. Together we can change the region and the world for better. Thank you very much.